Hey everybody, welcome back to another Casanova fam. Today is Scatterbrain Saturdays. Or did I change the name? Look how long I haven't done one of these. I don't even know if I changed the name. Anyhow, I wanted to get on here and say I hope everyone had a happy holiday. And today is Boxing Day over here. However, Boxing Day for us now is also birthday day. It is birthday day. It is a birthday day. My second son, fourth child, was born today at 7:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I was in labor for about 2 hours and a half. Oops, what are you doing? I was in labor for about 2 hours and a half. I think it was like 4:48. My water broke here. Not in this room, but in my storage room area, because at the time I was sleeping in there. And we went to the hospital, and I had to push him out. All natural. I didn't use any. I didn't use any epidural or medication or anything like that. It was all not natural, and he was giving me a hard time to come out. Sorry, he was giving me a hard time to come out. Right? Sorry, it's morning time, so we got to get ready for the day. I'm sure you could tell. Anyways, he was giving me a hard time to come out. So I was pushing, and he was right there. But for some reason, every time he would come out, his head would come out, it would go back in, right? And so, hold on, I'm trying to get to you guys. And so because it would go back in, they end up using forceps. But he only used one forceps. Like, he basically used the forceps to turn him around because his head was facing down towards my back, like down, and you're instead of up. Is that how it goes? Yeah, I think that's right. So they had to turn his face, yeah, that's right. So he was pointed right direction. His head was to the nanny and everything. That was no problem. But when he was coming out, the view of his head was down, and they had to flip it so it was up. So once they flipped it, all of a sudden he came out no problem. So that's good. So they didn't use the forceps to pull him out. They just used it to turn him around, if that makes any sense. Because, yeah, he was just looking wrong. But anyways, so he came out, and everything was great. No, you can't be ripping my papers, Mama. No. Sorry. Everything was great. I breastfed him he was my biggest baby. He was 8 pounds, 15 ounces. And I breastfed him. But what was happening is that he was crying, right? So then I was like, they were telling me, oh, maybe your milk's not holding him, whatever it can be. No, I said. And so what I ended up doing is I ended up giving him formula, like a bottle of formula at nighttime, to see if that would help him sleep through the night, instead of, like, not sleep through the night, but a longer distance. Because not only that, but he also had a tongue tie. And my first kid to ever have a tongue tie. I've never had a kid with a tongue tie before. And I believe I have a video up about this. And so when he would suck, by the second day, I was already sore and everything. And I'm like, this is not normal. And the doctors, you know what? It's so funny because they always feel like they know it all and they don't want to listen to you. And I'm just like, listen, this is not my first rodeo, guys. It's not my first time breastfeeding. It's not my first time going through this. I know what to expect, and I know what not to expect. And this is not normal for my breasts my nipples to be all scabby only in less than 24 hours later. Anyhow, I told them I wanted to cut his tongue tie, whatever. Thank God at this time they were doing it in the hospital. So they came in, they looked, they snipped, and it was done. And literally the breastfeeding was like night and day. I felt so different. And with that being said, we went home, everything was fine. We went to the first appointment to the doctors. That was great. However, by the second time I went to the doctors, I was beginning to get worried. And it got to the point where I would tell people to not take pictures of him. Like, I didn't want any of that because I was feeling that he was turning yellow. His eyes were yellow and stuff. And they already did the jaundice test and everything, and he had passed that. But I was like, he's turning yellow. And so when I went to his second appointment, they had said, oh, he probably just has breast milk or whatever, breastfeeding jaundice. It's no big deal. Just keep on. I'm like, I think it's more than that, but I was like, okay, fine, whatever. You know, what do I know? They're the doctors, right? So I'm going to listen to them. Anyhow, by the third appointment now, I went back and I said, I'm sorry, like, I still feel something's wrong. Like, there's something wrong, right? And, you know, a mother knows. Literally, a mother knows. And so at this point, they started saying he's not thriving the way he's supposed to. So he was growing tall, but he wasn't gaining the weight to maintain the tallness. So it wasn't balancing out. Everything in his body was growing except for his weight. Oh my gosh, guys. If I sit down and tell you about this time, it was a horrible time. The amount of testing that we had to go through, the amount of things that they tried. I tried to even test his poo to see if he was allergic to maybe something that I may have been eating. I cut out milk out of my diet, like dairy. It was a whole enchilada type of stuff. It got so bad. It got to the point where my pediatrician ditched us. Like, literally, I was like, I can't believe this. The pediatrician, we go to a pediatrician that has like 3 different pediatricians in one office, and she pretty much was like, I can't do this, family, let me give you to somebody else. She would say things to me that would make me feel bad though. Like, she would be like, oh my gosh, you're not supposed to be able to see a baby's ribs. No, really? All my kids prior to this one, here he is, prior to this child was fat, chunky, like, you know what I mean? I don't understand. So at this point, when I was like, he's not gaining any weight, nothing's happening, they were deeming him failure to thrive, organic failure to thrive, because they couldn't find a medical reason for it. We then tested him. His jaundice came back, everything was fine, but he was then tested for a G6PD. And at that point, that's when I was first ever introduced to G6PD. I knew nothing about G6PD before this point in time, and that's when he got diagnosed with G6PD. So with that being said, I started giving him homemade goat milk formula, and that was good, but he still wasn't gaining any weight. There was no difference between me feeding him breast milk or me giving him this homemade goat milk formula. It was all the same results. He was still not thriving weight-wise. I don't know. He did ECGs, we did ultrasounds, we did chest x-rays, we did everything and anything you could think of. Nothing changed. My son, unfortunately, was organically failure to thrive, and he was G6PD. So then I started looking up what G6PD meant and all of that stuff. So anybody that doesn't know, G6PD is a glucose enzyme. Basically, it's a red blood cells deficiency. So what happens is if he eats something or comes in contact with something, takes medication or whatever that he's not supposed to, or that his body finds as a trigger, it makes his red blood cells start attacking one another. So they start, you know, damaging themselves, which means that he can go into hemolytic anemia. Hopefully, like, if he does fall into that, he could just sleep it off and come out of it if he doesn't continue to get exposed to whatever it was that caused it. However, the biggest risk, Jasiah, can you pass me a diaper for Renaya and bring her back here? I think she needs her diaper change. However, his biggest risk was death. So some people get in contact with things, and G6PD is such a dangerous, I call it an allergy, but it's such a dangerous allergy because of the fact that you don't know. You know, like if someone has a peanut allergy, they start swelling up or they're having a reaction, and you know, okay, get the EpiPen, stick it in their leg, bam, like, you know what I mean? Or bring them to the hospital, or whatever you do with someone that has an allergy like that. With G6PD, unfortunately, there's no outward symptoms like that, unless it's really bad to the point where he's sleeping. And that's literally all you would be able. So there's yellow eyes, or his face will get yellow. So it'll be like his eyes will get yellow, his body, like he'll have this yellow tint to him. His skin will be very pale, or he falls into this sleeping 24/7 type of thing. Go help your sister, right? And that's it. But if he's not showing any of those symptoms, it doesn't mean that he's not exposed. It just means that his body is handling internally and not releasing any outward symptoms. Hey, put it down, Kavonté, just put it down for her. So that's why it's very dangerous, right? So you don't know, like, I don't know. I could give him a cookie and it has soy in it and it's affecting him internally, but I don't know. So you could be, sorry, I'm trying to talk while she's, my youngest is fighting with him over a bin. Okay, put it on the floor. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so sorry about that. it's just crazy, guys. It's just crazy. I'll do another piece on it, but I just really wanted to focus on that it's his birthday today, and so we're gonna celebrate. He's 3 years old, and I'm forever blessed that he's even made it to the age of 3. He's gained weight, by the way. He's gained lots of weight, as you guys seen in my other videos. You guys see him. He's no longer withdrawn. He doesn't look like he's on his deathbed. He doesn't have any yellow eyes or anything like that. Like, he's actually gained weight and very functionable and a healthy baby. But even the doctor, when I said the first doctor, she would make me feel bad. She had people coming to my house searching to say that maybe I'm not feeding him, like all this other nonsense. Like, she tried a whole lot of stuff. But anyway, she eventually refused to see me and gave me to another doctor. So, and that was fine. I was okay with that. But it was kind of like, wow, a doctor, like, you know, ditched the case. But she said this case was making her lose sleep because she didn't understand why he wasn't gaining weight if I was feeding him and taking care of him the way I should have been, which I've obviously clearly did that with my other kids. So they couldn't see any signs of neglect. All they could see is that he wasn't gaining the actual fatness. So anyway, she retired from my case because she said she was losing sleep, and so we got to a new doctor. But with all that being said, he's a healthy baby boy. The doctor even said to me, like, even the other day, that when he seen him, was like, wow, you know, if I didn't know that this is the same kid that was organically failure to thrive, I wouldn't even have believed that this was the same kid. That's how nice and chunky he grew. So we're doing pretty well. The dentist has warned me, you know, make sure he doesn't get any cavities or anything like that, because he can't take anesthesia and stuff like other people can. So they're like, you have to be really careful with him with that. Now, that dentist also kind of scared me because he's like, most kids with G6PD do not make it past the age of 6. However, from my research and also being in G6PD groups, that is not true. As long as you take care of their diet and really, truly follow through with that, which is very hard because even I fail on that. I will admit that. I have to get better. But as long as you do that, then I know people that are G6PD that are fathers, like they're old men, and they have kids who now make recipes to make cookies and stuff for them, you know? Anyhow, just wish my 3-year-old, my second boy, my 4th child, happy birthday. So please definitely go down in the comments below and say happy birthday. Guys, thank you for listening to my Scatterbrain Saturdays. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys on Monday. Monday, we're gonna be, I have so much videos that we did and I haven't posted them, so I'm gonna be doing them. So you're gonna see some videos that are like old, but I still want to post them. So I'll be posting those. But I think, so Monday you'll definitely get to see the kids. Monday's always with the kids anyway, so you guys will see that. So if you're interested in seeing the kids, look out for Monday, because we will definitely be posting something with that. And yeah, just put it in the comments below, guys. Wish my son a happy birthday. His name is Kavonté, and Kavonté is 3 years old today on Boxing Day, December 26, 2020. Love you all. I love you all. I love you all. Yes, I may not know you like that, but trust me, there's too much hate going on in the world. I'm not about that. Love is what we're spreading. So love people for absolutely no reason, just because they're here.